Rick, very first live stream on YouTube now.
Oh, really? Oh, in YouTube even.
On
Cool.
YouTube, yeah. On
Selected
YouTube.
tag on YouTube.
True that. Long time no see in the stream or in the recording.
Yeah, we got a little bit lag behind. It seems like if COVID ended, also our time ended.
Our time ended, and at least on my side, 2 new kids, or actually 2 kids, not new, just my first 2 kids, and yeah, not so much time. And one of them is basically roaming through the room next to me because she doesn't want to sleep. So maybe if you hear something in the background, I apologize upfront, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's okay. Kid.
And we are missing 2 persons for the stream as well, right?
Yes, I think Appie and Stefan apologized that they couldn't make it. They're probably super busy because next week it's Collab Days Belgium, so they're prepping their sessions. I'm sure of it that they're prepping their sessions.
So you only agreed to do the live stream today so you can make last bit of marketing for the event, right? So
Free commercial.
Free commercial, of course. Next week, next Saturday, 19th of October.
Yes, 19th. Yeah. I'm
doing all the still places now. Left.
Yeah. Normally we're not sold out. Yeah, what is sold out? I think the venue can handle 1,000 people if we want to. So
okay, that's unrealistic.
We'll just need to know how much food we have to order for everyone. But we're hoping. I think we're at 250 now, so we're hoping 300. We'll see. It's last week.
Okay. So someone can take care of my daughter. Give me a second so she can go away. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, it's always the same. She doesn't want to sleep yet, and I'm behind it's a big green screen behind my back, and she loves that green wall. So every time she sees it, she needs to be in the room and need to play there and have fun there, and but all good. Perfect. Now we can really start. You actually don't know the plan for today. I think I came up with the idea a couple of hours ago. And my problems or my pain points during the last couple of weeks was the tool you are looking at on the screen at the moment. It's the Copilot for Edge or the Copilot for Work, not the Microsoft 365 version. And my problems already, Bing and Bing Chat Enterprise, I think it was called
before
months ago.
Weeks ago.
Weeks ago, yeah.
Days ago.
The thing is, we are in the second phase of a project with a customer with the tool, and the tool is they love it. It's all good, but they changed the UI during the project without us having a chance to react on that. So I was part of the training crew, training 300 people on the tooling, on the user interface, and overnight it changed to the one that you're looking now. And my challenge actually, or what I would like to see, and maybe you can find it. I didn't manage for the last couple of days. What is the actual name of the thing? What is the roadmap? Where do you find information for it? Because every time I search for it, I end up on a page about Copilot 365.
Because I think the technology moves faster than people can write documentation. So
this one, and if you, I'm not really challenging you in terms of that you should search for it right now, but I'm just opening a second tab here. Let's go to Google. Yeah, all good. And it should be Microsoft Copilot, right? It's the proper
I think so. That's what the screen says. Yeah, that's what the screen says.
So just look at it. 365. What's new in 365? Add and extend Copilot experience, Microsoft 365 roadmap. Oh, Copilot roadmap, AKMS, maybe that's one. Nope,
Nope.
back to
Microsoft
365.
365, yeah.
If you are on that page and you are familiar with 365, yeah, okay, no problem. I can go there and product, Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, perfect. Oh no,
That's also
that's
the one.
only 365. Copilot, Viva Learning, Engage, Purview,
Yeah, it's Copilot.
Viva. But it is
Maybe
called Copilot, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe if you add, I don't
There's
know,
no
Copilot.
way.
Free Copilot? Because that one's free, right?
Actually, there's even a distinction between that. There is a free version you can use with your private Microsoft account, Outlook.com or whatsoever. And there is a paid version that is basically part of your e-plan, I think E3 or E5. So if you are an Office 365 or Microsoft 365 user with an E3 or E5 plan, at least I'm pretty sure those are included. I don't know if SKUs that are down the ladder are also included. Then you are also or then your users are also able to use this Copilot because they can't access the Copilot in Word or Teams because that's Microsoft 365, but they're able to use this in Edge.
And the Edge one so this one doesn't. Does it know about your data? No, it's just Copilot.
No,
it's just Copilot.
No. That's actually the correct one. So the old name.
Tricks,
yeah.
But no roadmap still. Where's
no
the
roadmap now. Because the thing is, that's the one. You can activate the sidebar with this click here. And it's I think they're still in the phase of rolling stuff out because it misses one great feature, because it used to be the case that you can click here and say, okay, summarize the web page.
Yeah, in the YouTube video, I've seen that, yeah.
Which is super, super helpful because just imagine this not being this Microsoft Edge page, but this may be being your SharePoint Online or your Outlook, your proper Outlook web access. And it's just grabbing things that it sees in this window. So everywhere you could connect to, everywhere where your credentials are working, the Copilot is access for this session. It's nothing compared to Microsoft 365 Copilot because it's not indexed. It's not through the semantic index, no search integration, just on the go. You can do the first use cases, but this feature at the moment is unavailable. But the interesting thing, or that's the other part. You can now have Copilot and Copilot to the side, and I'm pretty sure it's only because we are in Europe, because other regions are, I think, already able to have Copilot in Windows as well.
So I've seen that with the special button.
Yeah, so we could have a third Copilot on the screen as well. And I think that's the same one like over here. But they didn't only change the user interface a couple of days ago, they also introduced new capabilities. One of them is that since a couple of days or 2 or 3 weeks, this Copilot also creates a history. Because before that, everything you created, you ended the conversation, it's done. This is now super important. That's from what I found. They store that data for 90 days.
Okay, they store it. I was about to ask, do they put it in your browser? So if you...
No, they store it because of data loss prevention reasons. Because you are now able to have like proper data governance around what your users are putting into the tool. And for all the DLP stuff, or at least that's what I'm reading out of it right now. I'm not sure if it's already there, but that's the precursor for any logging and governance features around the data. The interesting part is
don't put in company data.
The interesting part is that you can delete an old conversation, and that can be super helpful because what it's doing right now is that when you start a new conversation and ask about something new, Copilot already knows about your past conversations. So the knowledge from the last conversations is basically part of the knowledge, which makes sense for some use cases because it's cool if you have like proper prompts in there and proper knowledge in there. But for me, two not so good things. First of all, it will be deleted after 90 days. So your cool knowledge is only available for 90 days. And if you don't, your window of this information basically moves forward. So if you want to keep that for longer, not so cool. Second thing is, at least in the beginning, and I think it's not only for beginners with the tooling, but I think we all experience that on our day-to-day. The very first prompt almost always doesn't give good answers. So if you try again and try again and try again, and all your old answers that you're not happy with are still part of the conversation, might not be the best idea or the best way to manage that or handle that. We just realized that during training, because if you train people and educate people on the tool, of course they make mistakes and try again and try again. And the tooling has no idea that the answer isn't the correct one in the sense of that what we think is correct. It's just we're not happy with it. I don't really think if it's factual wrong, okay, then we can talk about, is this a bug that somehow changed with large language models? We don't have the same quality standards, or at least the technology creators try to make us believe that it's okay if the system basically gives wrong information, because that's how those things work. That's the one thing. The second thing is that if you create a text, it could be that I'm super happy with the, let's say, professional email it generates, and you say, meh, I want to have a different introduction. So it's not really a right or wrong thingy. So it's not easy to flag that as a right or wrong content. But if I don't like it and it's still stored and still part of the next conversation, then it's not so cool.
Yeah, I mean, so you mean updating the prompt without sending all the history to the large language model? Because actually start fresh. You don't start fresh anymore. It's always start fresh, but not really.
From my wild guess, cannot back this up with 100% documentation, but I'm seeing this not only in Copilot but other large language models as well. They all create something like a cache, because the Copilot is just an application that calls a large language model. So there's this application layer, and behind there is the large language model. And my guess, my spider sensors tell me that's about costs. That's about how often do you really hit the large language model, and how often can you get around with a good enough answer with things the thing already knows, without reaching out to the large language model.
So if you ask,
that's my idea. Yeah. That's my gut feeling. Basically, there's a like a good old cache works. Like, I don't need to ask the OpenAI model in the background. I just already have the information and I use that. So I'm saving a call to the large language model, which probably makes sense in the scaling part. For the two of us, it doesn't make sense. But if there are millions and millions and millions of users with potentially millions of calls,
they need the hard
that ends up. So, and I still think we are in the very, very early days of usage. And we can assume that the KPIs or target amounts of sold Copilot license are not that small for this fiscal year. So that's my take. Yeah, but they are moving more and more with this Copilot in Edge to a more unified experience, because this user interface almost is the same that the Copilot for Microsoft 365 will look like if you open it up. And if you look at the URL, it's Copilot Cloud Microsoft. Used to be something like Bing Chat. That changed as well.
Oh, yeah, they changed URLs. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. A minor thing and not so minor thing. The new button moved from down here to up here. And something that freaks me out almost is like this shield here. That basically indicates that everything in here is within data governance rules, within the data boundaries. And this shield used to be green. And it was like this green traffic light style indicator, everything is good. And guess what we told every customer and every user? If it's green, go.
Yeah.
And now it's just gray.
Nothing. Yeah.
I don't
it's
know
also not
who.
red, so.
No, I don't know who made that change and what. I'm pretty sure there is probably a 200-page description of a design language why that's a good idea. I still think a green shield, as it used to be, might be better. But yeah, I'm not a designer, you know that. Another very interesting thing, you were able to upload a document to your Copilot already before. But if you do it now, let's just pick one. Those files will actually be uploaded to my OneDrive now.
Weird.
So if I open up my, there's this.
There's also
let's do this one.
Yeah, there's no what's it called, waffle anymore.
No, and there used to, or actually there should be a menu to the left. It's not here. Doesn't matter. This menu. I'm missing this one. It's also new because I can pin Copilot over here as well. That's the new interface I get here, just with a regular. I think this user has a E3 license in our development tenant. But if I go to OneDrive, my own files, Microsoft Copilot chat files.
Oh yeah, same as in Teams.
Yeah, they're copying the Teams thing, which is cool. Let's yeah, it makes a summary. All good. What happens now? Or let's make it different. New chat.
File already exists, I guess.
True that. And I'm not sure that end users will take that easy.
Also, we come
because
from
it's
OneDrive background. Yeah. You can just say overwrite it through.
and apologies, I just realized that everything is in German because of the training I did. But it basically in German it says here this file there was a file before. The new one basically is the new one.
Okay. Wrong in translation then.
The translation basically means there was a file with the same name already existing. I'd ignored it. This is the new one.
We still okay.
So if you it's again for testing purposes. If you try again and train again, you don't realize it. But if you have the same file name from a different folder, you change that now. And it's not a bad thing. I think just that it's a bit confusing. And looking at
you did a new chat, so basically you don't need the old file again anymore. They can just delete the old file actually because Chat is gone.
Would be one idea, or to I don't know. This chat for sure has an ID. Maybe add this internal ID or whatever to the file name, so it's connected to the chat somehow to make it sure that it's the unique one. But the other part is that this translation feels a bit off. And the same is true for the translation of this data privacy shield, because we really needed to double check that, because the German translation doesn't give you a clear picture. Because it says, okay, Unternehmensdatenschutz, so company data protection is available in this chat, but be discreet, sharing personal or company data. So what now?
Yeah, don't do it.
Am I good? But I don't. What? That's my guess. This translation was done still by Bing or some other AI. No German speaker ever saw that.
Okay, automatic translation. Yeah,
automatic translation. Yeah, this is a lost translation thingy, which is which really makes me wonder if they used open AI models for that, or really just their old Bing Translate, or
probably the old the Bing Translate,
the cheap one, because that's a kind of two sentence, 3 lines paragraph, and mixing it up in that way.
Tommy, to be fair, I still recommend my customers still the old one. It's a little bit more crappy, but it's way less expensive than using the OpenAI models.
True that. Yeah, but it's a super interesting tool. And overall, I was very, let's say, 8 or 9 out of 10 customers over here already, or 8 out of 9, 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, depends, 80-90% of our Copilot customers already use Microsoft 365 Copilot. Only very few start with this capability.
Similar things.
And at the beginning, I was like, oh, that's a tough climb. That will be a hard uphill battle, because nothing in Teams, nothing in Word, nothing in PowerPoint. It's just the UI you see here.
Just this one.
After a couple of months into projects like this, I would paint a completely different picture, because customers who went that road are not in danger of believing that AI is a silver bullet solving every problem there is. They have a completely different feeling for expectations. They are looking forward to, because of course they are thinking of rolling out the Microsoft 365 one for at least in the beginning selected group of users, and they are looking forward to use the tool. Whereas other customers that basically start already with Teams, start with their marketing infused or wherever it comes from, doesn't matter, this very, very big expectations, and are a bit like, meh, I'm not saving like 4 hours a day. Why?
Yeah, that was the marketing again. If you calculate the cost, then you have to save some time. But yeah, true. Yeah, this one, if you already tell end users it's not going to be awesome, then they expect it's not going to be awesome. Well, if you use Microsoft 365, it knows everything about your data. Sort of, because it also has to search. So could be that the search is wrong. Could be in this one there's, I think, a lesser variable that can go wrong, because you upload one document. It's not like, okay, check my mails, check my Teams messages, check my files, check my whatever. So this is less.
And if you error prone, it's if you completely new to large language models and prompting, it's easier, because it's less options, less opportunities, and it's easier to get started. So the learning curve is more focused on, okay, how can I do good prompting? And I'm pretty sure that people that start that way will be faster and quicker in adopting the Copilot for Microsoft 365, because they already know how to prompt, and they don't start with it feels like this like the Copilot for Microsoft 365 has the same challenges that the search had like 10 years ago. I'm searching for it. I know the file. Why isn't it top 1 for the search index? Why is it on the third page? I'm pretty sure you had the same discussions back in the day.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because somebody else said it was the top 1. Or somebody else clicked on it. Same with this one. But this is more than like an equivalent of the ChatGPT version, blank OpenAI stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
ChatGPT has a little bit more protected.
Your data protection is completely different, because it's not. I think ChatGPT has 3 versions. There's the free version, the paid version, and the enterprise version. And only at the enterprise level, they guarantee you that your data isn't used for training. So even if you pay this $20 version, basically they grab all your data. The interesting part from me, and I'm also a customer of ChatGPT, but only because, as I said already, I just see this as an application layer on top of a language model. And if you look at how OpenAI basically created and worked already months ago with their what they called custom GPTs, where you could upload documents and then have this as a small rag pattern. That's click to Copilot that we will get in the next couple of months. And that's I think was it November or January? So it's I think rollout starts in November already, or?
Yeah, it was fast. But yeah, everything's fast these days. So.
But then you can get a feeling already for that, yeah.
No, that's a good one. I should have recommended these to some customers, because the pricing of the M365 Copilot, of course, it's not cheap. You need a decent use case, and I see it with small businesses a lot, small medium businesses. Yeah, the owner is of the business only going to pay like €15 because the secretary has then 10 more minutes, because he just says then she spends 10 more minutes drinking coffee instead of working. So that's in the enterprise scene you see a different story, but I think
that's
for the small to medium. But then, this one's free. Then, free included in your
license. And it opens up the business users to large language models within data protection, and that's I think important.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. You don't want your data to be out there. Right. Trains a model, getting that's also totally separate discussion. They train the model with your data, but okay, how much is your data going to come to the surface, because they train with millions and millions of data. So,
and let's face it, who really, or how large do we think is the percentage or the piece of the cake of people that basically don't overshare with their use of large language models?
Yeah,
it's just a custom email. Ask ChatGPT. It's just our new strategy. Rewrite that for more clarity or for better understanding. Maybe not so good idea.
I know. I just got my marketing girl at our company using ChatGPT while she has Copilot and she has an Azure OpenAI custom large language model all set up, and then she still goes to ChatGPT.
A couple of customers started to block ChatGPT with the internal network.
I have a few customers of that as well. I even have one customer, because the Microsoft 365 Copilot apparently changed URLs. So I have one customer. It used to be like Copilot something, and now it's Outlook.com or Outlook.office.com or something. So they built it into Outlook, which is a pain, because if you block that one, then email stops working, and most businesses still rely on email. So
on email, but that's it basically. cool thing that's included in your license. I still think that it's the calling everything Copilot makes 100% sense from a marketing perspective. If you want to find information and talk about the tool, it's just a big pain in the butt.
Yeah, it's the documentation that's hard.
Because,
and like I said, I think it moves so fast that the people developing that don't have time to write the documentation. They probably rely on AI to create the documentation, but since there's so many Copilots, it's also being confused.
Yeah. That's it for today.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for showing me.
Perfect. Then
I'm gonna send this to our marketing girl and tell her, please send it to our customers. Next newsletter. Here's content.
Perfect. Then next time we probably sync in real life.
Yeah.
Next Friday.
Next week. I'll see you next week.
Then see you, and thank you, Stefan and Api, for rewatching that. Which they never do, for sure.
We'll make him next week. We'll make him.
Okay. See ya. Bye.
Yeah.